If you are like most employees, you have spent the last 2 years of your life busting your trying to survive the disruption of the pandemic, often trying to understand why everyone is working so hard around you, and you, in order to keep up, have worked yourself to the point of exhaustion. Burnt out, underappreciated, undervalued, alone. If this is you, good news. 2022 is a great year for you to quit your job. Mass resignations are happening all over the US and the world in response to employers not taking care of their people during the pandemic. A recent Gallup poll found that 55% of Americans are looking for a new job. Quit rate is the highest it's been in decades at 2.7%, and a whopping 38 million workers quit their job last year. As you know, it's being called the Great Resignation, or as CEO of LinkedIn likes to call it, the Great Reshuffle. Gallup has called it the Great Discontent. I call it the Great Empowerment, a shifting of power from employer to employee. Companies are facing a reckoning for the way they treat employees, not just during the pandemic, but long before. The pandemic only shed light on it. You, the employee, are not going to put up with less than ideal work arrangements anymore. You want remote flexibility and have proven that it works. You want to know why you are doing the work, not just completing meaningless tasks. You want to tell your boss how you actually feel, without fear of getting fired, so they can help you do your best work. Problem is, that doesn't really align with how employers traditionally stay in control. They like managing your hours. They like controlling your projects. Pre-pandemic, that might have worked. Now, employees are just straight up quitting. And what's fascinating is companies like that are having a very hard time trying to replace you. The cost of turnover is expensive in normal times. Can you imagine not being able to find your replacement? It sounds like a wake-up call for them to take care of their people. It's also a wake-up call for you. For anyone out there who feels like they need to stay at their job for whatever reason, I say you don't. Here are my 4 reasons why you should quit your job in 2022. If your company didn't treat you well during the pandemic, what makes you think they're going to treat you well now? There's a split right now between companies who are transitioning to a hybrid model of work, and there are companies who are just waiting for things to go back to normal. If you work for the latter, quit now. They learned nothing from the pandemic. They don't have your best interest at heart, and they are not working to design better experiences for you at work. You have a ton of options, truly. Don't be afraid. Job openings are at an all-time high with 10.6 million opportunities as of last month, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Have you talked to a recruiter recently? They will tell you that the labor market is extremely hot. It's competitive. It is cutthroat. They are offering benefits and higher pay and better work environments just to get top talent like you. They are bending over backwards to make this a great fit. You have the power. Like I said, organizations should be terrified of losing top talent like you. If your boss can't or won't meet your basic demands, it's time to join the millions of others seeking more rewarding work. And finally, know your worth. The pandemic has taken a mental toll on all of us. We're burnt out. We're stressed. I can only imagine the hit to your self-esteem as you've been forced to sit in your basement for months, working in silos. There's a bit of learned helplessness mixed in there as you have tried to be optimistic, but have been slapped down again and again. It has been nothing short of a battle. Honestly, deep down, you know your worth. And you know you can get back to a good place, but does your company? If you feel like you're being used as a tool, if you feel like you could be doing better work for the company but aren't able to ask those hard questions, if you don't feel like you can be transparent, if you don't feel like you can be authentic, this is your wake-up call. It might be time to quit. My hope is that you'll take an honest and authentic look at your work situation and decide if you're happy, truly happy, or not. There are a lot of companies out there who are looking for top talent like you and are ready to treat you right. So if it feels right, deep down, jump into the fray and finally land the job of your dreams. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more great content and we will see you tomorrow.